Seems okay on the camera and stuff. All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to a Games and Graps premium live event. This is the pre-show before the pre-show for WWE Royal Rumble 2022. My name is Sonny G, and I'm here with Steve.
Good evening.
And it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been here. And it really does feel like ages ago since we did a pre-show before the pre-show.
In person, yeah.
Yeah, or even one in general. I can't even remember when the last one was.
Ooh. No, I can't. Survivor Series, maybe? Or did we do one for that?
I don't know, maybe.
I can't remember now.
No.
We were just discussing, weren't we, when was the last time I came around here for a pay-per-view, and we actually can't remember. A WWE pay-per-view was probably the Royal Rumble 2 years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's what I recall.
Yeah, that's what I think it is as well.
Yeah.
I think I've been around for an AEW.
Maybe Beach Bash, I think, was that the one recently for AEW?
Beach Bash was just an episode of Dynamite, but it was
All in.
Double or Nothing.
It might have been Double or Nothing, actually, yeah.
But WWE it's been a couple of years.
It's been a while.
It has.
It really has been a while. So the voice you heard in the background, that's Kay. She's doing production for us tonight. Say hi, Kay. Say it a bit louder.
Hello.
There you go. And yeah, so we're here to talk about the Royal Rumble. So we're going to do this, and then after this, we're going to take a little break for about 15-20 minutes, have some food, re-energize, and then we're going to head over onto Twitch exclusively and play like an all-star Royal Rumble on WWE 2K15, which is going to be 2K15.
Nice.
Because it plays the entrance music without fucking blocking it out and stuff.
Okay, yeah, got it.
We have, so Chris is here, he says hello.
What's up, Chris?
Hello, he says. Then we've got Adam Price from Facebook. What time is the Rumble in the UK? So I believe that starts at 1 a.m, but a pre-show is midnight.
Yeah, pre-show midnight, main show 1 a.m.
And then we have Brett Thomas just. Unfortunately, Jake Paul won't be involved tonight, but possible to be involved at WrestleMania with his brother Big Time attraction match. I can't read, sorry guys. Ronda wins women's, Big E wins men's.
Oh.
I assume he means for the Rumble. We were on about Ronda earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know whether she'll come back, but it's always going to be a surprise for a Rumble appearance. She rocks up.
I think she will come back, but we'll get to that. Brett, you were right all along. Bronco Brock.
He says hi, Stevenson.
He's here wearing a cowboy hat. He's got his
Unbelievable. You are a time traveler. I'm not having any other way.
Nope.
You nailed it.
I think you are Brock. I think you come to these streams and you are Brock, because there is no way that a human being would be able to just guess that is going to happen. But you did it, and I tip my cowboy hat to you, good sir. And
I actually think I'm going to go with it. I think you're right. I think we do see the Paul brothers at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think so. Yeah.
So Adam Price from Facebook again says, thanks for letting me know. Is there any big return surprises planned? So we all know Mickie James is a surprise. Well, she's not a surprise, is she? Because it's been plastered everywhere. But she's coming back as the Impact champion currently, I suppose. Yeah. So it wouldn't be a surprise if it was planned. But it is cool though.
Ronda Rousey, yeah. I mean, I think Ronda Rousey will turn up, and I think she'll win it.
What about any AEW stars? Because there's massive chance for Cody Rhodes coming back. Well, coming as an appearance for the Royal Rumble. I don't think he will personally. But there's a lot of discussion around that. Like when we watched Dynamite, or I can't remember if it was Dynamite or.
It was Dynamite.
Yeah, and they were chanting Royal Rumble over him when he was cutting the promo.
I think there's more chance of me being in the Royal Rumble than Cody Rhodes or anyone else. I think if you were gonna have anybody from AEW in there, I think the only person that it could possibly be would be Jericho, because he hasn't burnt his bridges. He's still very, very much praising Vince McMahon and WWE. You know, he spent the bulk of his career there. So if anyone's going to be there, it would be Jericho. But I was saying this to Kay earlier on, that what WWE don't want is the live crowd chanting AEW during a WWE pay-per-view.
And they want the AEW banners on the bottom of the screen, because they probably would need to show that. Really, they wouldn't really get away with not doing that, because if someone doesn't know who they are, but
well, if it's Cody, I guess they wouldn't, because he's technically a free agent at the minute, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he says he's wrestling without a contract.
Yeah, so I mean, if it was Cody, which I can't see it being Cody.
No.
But if you've learned anything from Games and Graps, that means that Cody's probably going to be number one at the Royal Rumble.
And win it.
Yeah. Just some more comments are coming through quite thick and fast tonight. So
yes, guys.
You need to start this live off strong, and there's something we all need to know. Has Kay got you the butter yet?
She did get the butter. In fact, we got it from Asda earlier on today. What I should have done is, so for context, basically Kay was leaving the house yesterday. And I was like, don't forget butter. And then went, but also get me the new Pokemon game, and then closed the door on her.
Fully expecting me to be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I ain't getting you shit.
She came back with the new Pokemon game, no butter. But we bought butter today. So, yes, we've now got butter.
And then Joshy Reston says, hello, you wonderful humans. Josh 1310 sending love.
What's up, Josh?
Then Brett Thomas again. Did you see Brock smash Wee-Man through Jack?
Yes.
Oh, it was so cool. We were pissing ourselves laughing at that this morning. It's so
Amazing.
good.
Brock is living his best life at the minute.
He's in good shape as well at the minute.
Yeah.
And he seems to be on TV a lot, which is weird because he's not a champion at the minute.
Yeah. Tell you what else rules about Brock. His character model in WWE 2K22.
Yeah,
it looks like literally Brock now.
Yeah.
So it's good that it's relatively up to date. About 5 wrestlers on it because everyone else has been released.
And we've got Chris again. Jericho also was on the network not long ago, which for that Stone Cold episode, which was a really good episode, by the way. And then Mark Lloyd, hey, Graps fans said that the stupid comments online about Anthony Ogago showing up, but they all went mad. So can we not have surprises unless they tell everyone up front for transparency, lol rant. And then we've got Elsa Kano.
Elsa, what's up?
And then Squiddy, Suddy Shill.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, no, I was saying that because I saw the new WWE 2K22 trailer earlier on today. They're basically calling us shills because we've been doing stuff with 2K.
Don't care.
This chair's actually made of money that I've had made into leather because 2K paid for it.
Yeah.
I'm joking, they didn't, just so you know, just for transparency. The game could very well be shit. We hope it's not, but it looks good so far, so it is what it is.
And if it is, we'll say it is.
Yeah, and if it's shit, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it's good, we'll say it's good. But if it's shit, we'll say it's shit.
Yeah, you certainly haven't been afraid to call a game out for being poor. Tour de France.
Tour de France was fucking awful. One of the worst games I've ever played, and I can't believe they still make Tour de France games. Hey, stop making Tour de France games because, firstly, nobody watches it on TV. Right, unless they've got nothing else to do, and fucking Grandstand is on in the background. Is still Grandstand still on?
Do you know what? I don't know.
I'm going to guess it. I don't know.
I mean, Football Focus is still a thing.
Yeah, no, but is it part of Grandstand?
I don't think so. Good thing, Jim.
What's Des Lynam doing these days? Is he still alive? Okay.
And Brett Thomas says the background looks amazing. What gems have you got hidden behind you?
Okay, so this is the latest and coolest one that I've got. It's in a protective case, and it is an AEW Unmatched Series 2 Sting. I don't know how well you can see it in the camera, but there it is.
You can see more reflection in that.
Okay.
Poor guys viewing this.
Big QC Sting, yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so there's that. We've got this LJN Cody, which is pretty cool. This based on the old LJN style figures. That's an AEW Unmatched Series 1. So we've got I mean, there's so many here. We got
we've basically got as much as we can get AEW wise in the UK.
Yeah.
And then the WWE ones are pretty easy to pick up over here.
Yeah. Yeah, WWE one's pretty easy.
Top as well. If I move this a little bit. Yeah, you can see all of that up top.
Yeah, we've got a Gunther up there.
From Friends.
From Friends, yeah.
Yeah,
because it comes with a little coffee cup.
Yeah.
And an apron. But yeah, we got so much stuff here.
Spoiled.
It's very cool.
Brett Thomas says, I used to watch Grandstand back in the day. Chris says, Jesus. And then Brett says, that looks epic. Are you rich? I wish we were.
No. Until that 2K check clears.
Yeah, 2K.
Then yeah, we're balling. But until then,
we'll be Oprah rich.
We'll be Oprah rich, yeah.
Chris says, nice Dan Hausen figure. I hope I pronounced that right.
Danhausen. And yeah.
Should we expect? Dave Games 86 says,
What's up?
Should we expect to see Ronda Rousey at the Rumble? Which
Yes.
we briefly discussed.
I think so.
I don't know.
You see, you're skeptical about it, but I think it's. I mean, there's been too much talk.
Not how shitty your attitude. That's the wrong words.
No, that's the exact correct words to use.
She's had a really shitty attitude. Not just when she was in WWE, like the build up to WrestleMania a couple of years ago. What year was that? 2019. Yeah, it would. Yeah. Because it was SummerSlam 2018 when we watched the Stone Cold episode that they were on about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, her attitude was really shitty, but I'm not sure whether that was an in-character thing. But then when she left, like, she made it quite public that it was bullshit that Charlotte Flair won the Rumble that year after she left, and she's just had a baby and stuff, so I don't think she will come back.
The thing with Ronda, I didn't even know when she had her baby.
Last year, I think.
Was it? The thing with Ronda is she's a big name still. Now, obviously, towards the end of like her last run, she'd rattled the IWC, and so she was getting booed. But I think if she comes back tonight, she'll get cheered.
Oh, big time.
Squinny says he's making that 2K money. Of course he is, Brett. I'm about the rich comment.
Yeah.
And then Brett Simon says, "Oh, hello. Also, to Mr. and Mrs. Sunny, first time I think on air married. That's correct.
It is. Yeah, it is."
And then Mark Lloyd, could we see Sable tonight? Would Brock bring her? You think?
Jeez.
Well, you never know with the Women's Rumble because it does feel they have to pad it out for want of a better.
Well, they've had to draft in, haven't they? Yeah. Because they've released everybody.
Well, I mean, yeah, and even before all of those releases, they were having to. They do bring back a lot of legends.
WWE legend Summer Rae. Boo! It's like fuck. That's what you get for calling Summer Rae WWE legend.
It says her being there makes sense. Her winning could be Batista winning levels of booze.
Who? Ronda?
I assume so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Not Sable.
And Rachel Cornell says, hello, everyone. I think
Rachel?
I think Ronda works the wrestlers and the fans. She is one of a true wrestler.
The thing with Ronda, she gets it.
She does.
She really gets it. It's like, there are some legitimate fighters, athletes and stuff that do get it and some that don't get it. Like there was a couple that went to AEW recently as part of America's Top Team, and some of them went once, didn't want to go again. But then you've got others like Paige Van Zant's partner, husband.
Austin Vanderfort. Is that how you pronounce your surname?
I don't know.
Austin something.
Theory.
I'm sorry for the camera shaking, by the way. I've got Podcat on the other side just trying to get all the fuss. He's been a bit camera shy, but he's making everything shake.
Yeah.
Because he's just a lump.
But Ronda really gets it.
Yeah, Ronda does get it. By the sounds of it, she was a fan as a kid.
Yeah.
So she gets it, and you do get these legitimate fighters that do get it. Kurt Angle is the greatest example of that.
Rachel added on to that stays in character, and to be fair, she does.
She turned with
really quickly as well.
Yeah,
very well.
Yeah, because when she started hearing that negative reaction from the fans, they went with it.
Yeah.
And Ronda did it really well. It must be said, Ronda did it really well. And hey, bud. There you go, mate. I know this is what you want. You wanted the camera time, so there you go. You can have the camera time. But Ronda did it really well, and more power to her for sort of being able to play the WWE system. Yeah. Get a contract out of it, get paid while really not even being on TV for the back end of it. But yeah, she'd be welcome back with open arms, and I like Ronda a lot.
Pretty quickly as well, because Chris, Big Fight Weekly says, "All right, lads, hope you both well."
Hey, buddy.
Adam Price from Facebook said, "Is there any chance that WWE will leave PG, and is there any truth to Alberto Del Rio and Santino coming back?"
Will WWE leave PG? Based on their comments recently about AEW and the death match, it wasn't a death match. It was like a street fight.
Street fight with Britt Baker.
No, not that one. The one Bunny and Penelope Ford. Penelope against Ty Conti and Anna Jay. It was a bloodbath.
It was, yes.
WWE publicly commented on it in a news article in Canada, which is weird anyway. basically sort of condemning it and saying that it's not something that they would do.
Not for the first time either, because they used
blood and guts.
Blood and guts in the early days of AEW.
Yeah.
Saying we're not going to go down that road of blood and guts TV or blood and guts wrestling. So I don't see them coming away from PG anytime soon.
No, with them being a publicly traded company, they've got sponsors to.
I was just going to say they do a lot of they do a lot of stuff around children charities as well, don't they?
Yeah, lots of stuff like that. So they'll want to keep.
Change the game if they did, but yeah.
No is the answer to that. What was the other question? Sorry.
We've got loads of
what was the
comments coming through, but that comment in particular. And do you think there's any truth to Alberto Del Rio and Santino coming back? Del
Rio, no. Santino, maybe. Del Rio, I don't. I mean, if Del Rio comes back, huge mistake.
Massive.
Because
it's just trouble, isn't it?
He's never going to see this anyway, and I couldn't care less if he did. But the guy is a fucking moron. All right, he's a moron. He's, to be honest, he has no place in professional wrestling these days. And I think, you'll never see him in AEW. You'll never see him in Impact. And I don't think WWE are stupid enough, although they're stupid, to bring him back in any sort of capacity.
Is he the one that was partners with
Paige?
Yes, yeah, twat.
He's an idiot.
I didn't even watch wrestling back when she was poorly, but
the guy lost his WWE title to Tito Ortiz in an MMA fight. Firstly, why is the WWE title on the line in an MMA fight? Secondly, what are you doing? He's just a fucking idiot. No.
We've got loads of comments. I'm going to whiz through these. So
cool.
Sorry. What about maybe a surprise return from Braun Strowman? Where is he these days? That's a good point, actually.
Who's asked that?
Sorry, that's from Dave's Game 86.
Dave's Game 86. Braun Strowman turned up on the final Ring of Honor show, and he's at the minute he's part of this faction that EC3 has sort of put together called Control Your Narrative. Now, Control Your Narrative is they've been doing like short films that are incorporating wrestling and wrestling matches, and Braun Strowman's a big part of all of that sort of stuff. They called him the Titan when the Titan Adam Scherr when he appeared in Ring of Honor. Beyond the realms of possibility? No, of course not. I think the door's always open. Will be open for a Braun Strowman return at some point.
I would definitely, yeah.
On less money.
Yes, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there. He felt like one of those releases where it was like, well, we'll take you back in a few months' time, a year, 18 months' time. We're not going to pay you as much, because he was offered a huge contract. And then, is it Nick Khan, isn't it? The guy that's come in and basically sorted the books out. He identified him as
with them books, though, isn't he?
He has.
As the other podcast. Thank you very much. That's the thing. We just live in a house of cats. There she is again.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I imagine he'll be back one day.
Yeah, I think so.
Whether he'll be back tonight, I'm not quite sure. I read something the other day that he's in no rush to return to professional wrestling.
So I'm just going to go through these again. So Rachel Cornell says again, yes, like Brock, he seems like he's just Brock on and off screen. I never see Brock tweet after a match to a guy. No. He's just wrestlers publishing thanks for the match after it just went so far. That's a good point, actually. You don't really see him on social media.
He's literally a farmer.
Private.
Yeah.
Literally lives on a ranch, very private, which is good. You don't need to put your shit out there.
To be private in the world.
Very much so, yeah.
Then honest beyond reasonable.
Hey, what's up?
Even on 50-50 on excitement levels, I don't know. I just feel WWE has been so poor of late. Hoping tonight will be a nice change to restart.
Cats are having a Royal Rumble on this table at the minute. I've not been watching weekly WWE TV. I keep up with it on Twitter and other social media platforms and just catch highlights here and there. But I keep up with what's going on.
Yeah.
But I love the Royal Rumble. I love.
Something about it, innit?
Yeah, it was just different.
Yeah, I tweeted earlier. I was like, okay, I've not been watching WWE regularly or religiously, but I can't not watch the Rumble.
Yeah.
It's just one of those.
I love WrestleMania season. I love the build-up from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania.
The road to WrestleMania from tonight.
Yeah.
So Squinny says, Sunny G, worst Bond villain ever. Dave's Game 86 says, I like Ronda a lot. Funny feeling she might turn up at the end of the Rumble.
Yeah.
So it might be that she might not be in it, but you know how when she first debuted in WWE, when Oscar won it.
Go for the same thing again?
Yeah.
Point to the sign really
Point to the sign
awkwardly.
again.
Like she
Yeah,
did it really. It was awful, wasn't it?
It was
Give her a
weird.
bit of credit though. It was the first appearance, wasn't it?
It was like basically like Usain Bolt in the.
Yeah, it was very awkward.
Yeah.
And then Honest But Unreasonable says,
HBR.
I hope they don't have all the stupid pay-per-views in between now and Mania because it just needs a proper build-up to the biggest event of the year, not every three weeks. Some matches feuds only get 3 weeks at a big show.
Yeah, because we've got a Saudi show, which is Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
They're doing that in Saudi?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it called Elimination Chamber? Because
Elimination Saudi Mania? I don't know.
Because I read that it was going to be WrestleMania Elimination Chamber. But it's in February, so.
I read that it was going to be that actually.
But let's not call we'll just call it Elimination Chamber. And I don't know. There's usually an American one, but that is usually Elimination Chamber, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fastlane, is that still one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Fastlane. Roadblock as well. Roadblock was that?
No, they had that once, and then it turned into a house show, but like a network special house show. Because Dean Ambrose was on it. Remember him?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's up to now.
No, I have no idea.
So I'm going to go through these because they're really coming in tonight.
Hell yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I say it every single time we do this. I'm glad you've not forgotten us. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But you literally could be doing anything in the world tonight, but you're here with us. We appreciate it. Shout out, JT.
So Heels Rule says, what do you think about the new Vince McMahon of UK League taking over all these promotions?
Hey, look, I've got the utmost respect for Lee. I think it's great that he's bringing progress back. I'm not sure. I know that their deal with WWE and the WWE Network ends soon, so it'd be interesting to see what happens once that does expire. Power 4 TV's there for you. Obviously, they've just partnered up with TNT in Liverpool. Hey, look, more power to him. If this is obviously for those that don't know, Lee McAteer is the he owns Tranmere Rovers, the football club.
Yeah.
He's just taken over Progress. They've partnered up with TNT and Jay Apps are there. They're all good guys. You know, Lee seems very genuine. He's been on. He was on Added Time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. And he's a great guy. And I don't. I have to be honest. I don't really have an opinion on it as much as others would maybe have. But hey, look, more power to him. And I wish Lee all the success in the world. I truly do.
Yeah.
He's got a great team of people around him. You know, he's very close with Mad Dog. Mike, who, of course, shout out to Mike. But yeah, I wish him all the success in the world. Truly, I do.
Yeah. Cool.
I reached out to him when he took over Progress and wished him luck and everything like that. So and I do wish him luck.
Swinny says from Del Rio, what about Paige returning? We were on about this the other day. I don't think she's going to come back. I think she's gone beyond repair, shall we say.
I don't know why WWE even still employ her. There has to be a reason.
We've said this a couple of times.
We've talked about this
protecting
before.
her, I think, or something, because she would injure herself. She'd go and wrestle elsewhere.
You said, your opinion is that if she was released from WWE, she'd go and work with her family, or obviously in the wrestling business, get herself really badly injured and could be
paralyzed.
Paralyzed or something like that. And it's probably WWE protecting her, or they do see a road back for her.
I mean,
we've
again,
seen Edge come back. We've seen Daniel Bryan come back.
Cody,
the American Dragon.
Dragon.
Sorry, I'm getting this wrong. I can't remember his name. Announcer. He's with Carmella. What's his name?
Oh, Corey Graves.
I said Cody. Corey Graves. Sorry, my mind just went completely blank when he's just been cleared in ring. He could rock up tonight.
I could absolutely see Cody Rhodes. That's just you. That is. I could absolutely see Corey Graves in the Royal Rumble.
Yes, I could as well.
Brett Thomas says again, do you think Bronson... Sorry, these are a few minutes behind, by the way. They were working on comments from 18 minutes past 9. It's 25 past. Brett says, do you think Bronson or Walter, I'll refuse his new name, will be in the Rumble? I think so. Bronson or Walter.
Bronson Reed?
It just says Bronson.
Bronson Reed has obviously been released by WWE. So he's working Impact now under the name Jonah. He's doing some stuff with New Japan as well. No, I don't see him.
No, he's been quite critical of NXT 2.0 as well.
He certainly has. I do think that probably has a lot to do with the fact that he's a little bit bitter about being released.
Ship is sailing.
Yeah.
Gunter, formerly known as Walter, yes, I can see him in the Royal Rumble, yeah.
Joshy Wrestling says women's or men's rumble to main event and why?
Men's
Or main event, I think.
because I think it has a blockbuster finish. I think the title matches play a part in who wins the Royal Rumble.
We were on about this earlier.
Yeah.
The women might go on first.
Or one of the title matches first, then the women's rumble, then you crack on until I think the men's because it's either
it's got more of a beef behind it, hasn't it? They've beefed it up a bit more, I think, with potential because we already know Mickey James is coming back. There's a rumor about Ronda. There's not really been a lot said about the men's, so I think they could.
No, it seems pretty up in the air this year.
So I think that could be your main event.
I think
this will be when we turn it on later, and it'll be their one.
I think either Brock or Reigns loses their title, and either Brock or Reigns wins the Rumble.
Yeah, we were on. Yeah, we said if Reigns wins, that will really piss people off. But that's the way to do it, I guess.
But that plays into his I don't give a shit heel character that he's playing at the minute, doing such a great job as well, by the way.
Steve McShizzle says Dario isn't even a big enough draw for WWE to get that.
Agreed.
Brett Thomas says I'm going Sasha tonight for the win.
Nice.
I think Trish will be there. Final mark on my words, everyone. They're calling it the greatest elimination chamber.
Okay, that's still a shit name, but like the greatest Royal Rumble, which gave us one of the greatest Rumble moments of all time. Titus O'Neil falling.
We were dying laughing.
Titus got
so good.
The Titus figure there is a Royal Rumble range because of that reason.
Yeah.
Unreal. But so the greatest elimination chamber. Okay. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way.
You think Bailey will turn back tonight and you want Bailey to win.
I'd love Bailey to win.
I completely forgot about Bailey without sounding horrible. But again, it's like what if for those that haven't watched it yet, I won't say too much, but when Becky had her baby, she was very silent. Bailey has been very silent, so she could rock up to
she's been active on social media.
She has, but not
putting teasers out like Becky
that's
did.
what I mean. She's been very quiet in that respect. So I'd quite like to see her.
I don't know what her injury status is. No. I don't even know what the injury was, but I'd look. Bailey before she went was doing just unbelievable work.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
She was great during the pandemic.
She carried that brand, didn't she?
Yeah, one of the highlights of the pandemic with her back and forth with Michael Cole.
Yeah, her and Zelina Vega were incredible.
Yeah, and then when she was the women's champion for absolutely ages, she was just so good.
Yeah. Going back to was it Brett that said about Sasha?
Yeah.
Sasha will win.
Yeah.
I hadn't got Sasha down as winning until I saw that she came back.
Yeah.
Now, I do wonder whether I've seen a lot of people on Instagram and Twitter saying they've ruined a surprise. They could have brought her back tonight. I think potentially they've brought her back so that people kind of forget about the Ronda rumors and they go, Sasha Banks, maybe she's going to win it. And then, because there's been so much talk about Ronda coming back. So I think that's why they brought Sasha back last night as opposed to tonight.
The thing is, Ronda doesn't even need to win the Royal Rumble because that match at WrestleMania between her and Becky just writes itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of history behind it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Scooty says, if you weren't here, I'd be pretending to play Uncharted. Chris says, no Fastlane scheduled this year. Any elimination chamber is in Saudi.
Yeah.
Rachel says, I'd really like to see Will Ospreay at Mania just once against someone like AJ Styles or Nakamura.
I'd love that. He's will never happen.
WWE, isn't he?
Which is weird because his girlfriend is in WWE.
I thought she was in AEW.
She was.
Right.
But they released her around the same time they released. There was nothing to do with it, as far as I'm aware. Same time they released Jimmy Havoc and I can't remember her fucking name. Sadie Gibbs. But yeah, B Priestley is currently something Davenport in NXT UK.
Adam Price says, is Triple H's heart condition worse than he has mentioned? He'd not been anywhere near TV. He's one of my all-time favourite wrestlers. I really wanted him to have one more match. I didn't know he had a heart condition.
Yeah, that's why he's not been around for a while.
Really?
No idea. To be honest, it's been very sort of... he has been back doing stuff with like office space because I saw like a video. They were at some sort of construction site, I think, for the new offices.
Okay.
And he was there, but I don't know to what extent. I don't think he's.
I saw there was an article on Twitter earlier about his current status or future status, but I didn't click into it to read. So I thought probably just be clickbait.
I mean, he won't be at the Royal Rumble, but I would like to hope that he can have one last match
Yeah.
I really like Triple H, and I always have. But yeah, it'd be a shame for him to bow out. I mean, if he has to, of course. But it'd be a shame for him to bow out this way.
Steve Shizzle says in Germany the elimination chamber is called No Escape.
That's a great name.
Sounds
WWE No Escape.
And then we've got
Yeah, me too.
Rambo.
What's up, Rambo?
What's happened to Harry Smith? It's 2022, 30 years since his dad and Brett main evented. If they're coming to the UK, they need him.
Released. So he had a WWE contract.
Yes, and Squinny commented back actually, just pretty sure he got released.
Yeah, we got released, yeah. Which is weird. Didn't even use him. So what a waste.
Wasn't he? Did he appear on SmackDown or was he in a dark match?
He was in a dark match, yeah. But things you could have had him on NXT UK.
Going back to the Davenport thing, Raven Davenport is who she's on NXT.
Raven Davenport.
Yeah.
That's who
Squinny's just popped that in there.
That's the first name.
Yeah.
Raven Davenport.
Yeah, Squinny's just
right. Okay.
Dave Game says, "Are we expecting to see anyone trip and slide into the ring?"
I hope so.
It has to be Titus.
The thing is, what I hate with WWE is how they try and recreate it, and it's so shit.
Yeah, they
really milk it.
Yeah, they milk it. They've done it with all sorts of things, haven't they? I mean, they've done it with the Montreal Screwjob. That's been done to death, hasn't it? And
cool. Light bulb just went.
Did light bulb?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a few other things like that. Yeah, they do it today. You can't.
If something happens by accident, WWE will try and recreate
it. They will.
And make it funny.
Just
and really
leave it for what it was, which was an incredible moment where I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh my god, we were just in bits.
Dying, weren't we?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, it was just unreal.
It reached outside of the
wrestling world. Yeah.
Yeah, we have people that we know that do not watch wrestling. Oh, have you seen this? Like, yeah, we've seen it. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, even people that don't watch wrestling were like, "Oh, I've been sent this video. It's hilarious."
Yeah,
it was
so good.
Rambo says they can't, or them idiots who moaned at Progress about transparency will go crazy and they should tell everyone spoilers. And then he also says Nick Khan is bad for Triple H's health. Will Triple H ever leave and do his own promotion?
No. Not while he's married into the family. No,
definitely not. Chris says the latest reliable talk is that. Again, more comments coming in.
Cool.
Reliable talk is that Triple H is done, but it's hard to believe on any rumours these days.
Yeah.
And Steve McShizzle says Big E always said he wants Roman at this. I can't read. Sorry, guys. Big E always says he wants Roman this WrestleMania and become a double champ, so he wins the challenges, both champs in a triple threat.
Okay, that's probably not going to happen. But I have to be honest. I didn't watch during that period because I don't know. Big E's title run it's awful because he's a good worker. He is, and he's a great character. He's a lot of fun, but it just does nothing for me as being WWE champion. Kofi did more for me as being WWE champion, and Big E's size and stuff like that. That's very WWE.
Yeah,
but it did nothing for me. Him being the champion. Like I honestly,
the one about this though is a babyface. Babyfaces aren't champs for very long.
No, you're right. They're not.
Heels really drag it out. Look at Roman.
Oh yeah, look at Brock before that. CM Punk was a heel when he was the champion.
They really drag. Look at Charlotte Flair.
Yeah,
it's been champ for ages.
Becky's been champion for ages.
Yeah. Squinny says my bad. It's not Raven. It's Blair. Blair Davenport.
Blair. Not even close to Raven. Where have you had that from?
Adam Price says you guys are spot on with your knowledge on WWE's quality.
Thank you.
Question: what happened to British Bulldog's son? Was he meant to come back?
Yes.
I think he was on a documentary recently, wasn't he, about British Bulldog?
Well, they had he came back for the Hall of Fame, didn't he?
That's it, yeah.
And then there was a plan to use him, or at least there must have been, because they signed into a contract. There was talk of him maybe going up against Walter when he was the NXT UK champion. That never materialized. He had a dark match on SmackDown, before SmackDown, and then he never was on WWE TV again. And I can't help but feel it's a real waste. He's a great talent.
Yeah. It is.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get.
No, it's okay.
So Brett Thomas says again, I watched No Holds Barred today. That evil guy,
Zeus
in it, who was the LA Law, was so funny. What's that Smile Hogan line from No Holds Barred?
Yeah. Oh man, No Holds Barred.
Then Steve Mitchell says the problem with Big E is that he lost all the time when he was champ.
Yes, well that doesn't help. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
I mean, in WWE, wins and losses don't matter like they do in AEW, but wins and losses do matter because we look at it. We're like, well, why has he lost?
Yeah.
He's lost. It means nothing. Like, if he's the champion, he's supposed to. Roman doesn't lose.
That's it. Yeah.
Brock doesn't lose.
Yeah. When you're champ, you've got to win your non-title matches.
Yeah, Damian Priest, US champion, has been winning consistently.
Yeah. Keeps winning.
Keeps winning.
Steve Mitchell also added on to that. They booked him in a way it's hard for you to get behind him.
Yes, I agree with that. 100% agree with that. Yeah.
Really got to rely on your bookings, haven't you?
Yeah.
And 2 comments, and we're up to date. Brett Thomas says, "And anyone enjoy Baywatch? I saw Vader and Sid in an episode of Hogan. It was funny as they were acting as if they are really them characters."
Baywatch, man. I mean, for obvious reasons, back in the day when you're a pre-pubescent teen, just and Pamela Anderson's jogging down the beach and
I thought you were going to say David Hasselhoff.
I was going to say David Hasselhoff, yeah. But when Pamela Anderson's running down the beach and oh yeah, yes, we were fans of Baywatch, obviously.
And the theme song is an absolute banger.
Yeah, it's still a banger.
Slaps.
It does slap. Yeah, 100% it slaps.
Rachel says no holds barred. No holds barred is awful.
It is truly terrible. But it's the first wrestling movie I ever saw.
Right.
And I remember it because it was on Sky Movies, because we had Sky when Sky first came out in this country. And there was about 3 channels: Sky Movies, Sky Sports, and Sky One.
And Scully's just said, actually, Pam and Tommy come to Disney Plus soon.
Looks good.
How much is it, Lily James?
Yeah.
How much does she look like Pamela Anderson?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, no, but
ridiculous.
It is unbelievable.
There's looking like someone, and there's being like double taken because
she's
identical.
Because she's got that sort of cute, she's a really attractive girl. She's got that girl next door type of look about her.
Yeah.
But now, she's going to be in this with Sebastian Stan, and it's crazy. Yeah.
Mark Lloyd says, will we look back at Brock Lesnar when he's retired as one of the greatest ever?
Yes.
I think so, because he's just a powerhouse.
I think he's one of the greatest ever now. Like, Brock came back 10 years ago now. It's got to be 10 years. Has to be.
Can't remember.
No, I can't remember either. It can't be far off it.
No, probably not. 6 years, maybe.
I think it's more than that. He's on WWE 2K15.
Okay.
So that came out in 2014. So we're not. He
far
might have
off.
even been on WWE
2012
2K14.
he returned. Thanks, Pete. Pete Layton's just
10 years.
Nice one, Pete. Hi, by the way.
Hello, everyone. He says as well.
Yeah. So 10 years.
Yeah.
Brock was amazing when he first came in. Like, there was no. It's rare that you saw an athlete like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. He wrestled Cena at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, and lost, which was bullshit. But
thanks, Pete.
there was such a bullshit thing as well. And apparently, Brock went skits afterwards as well, because Cena did this big speech afterwards and stuff. And apparently, Brock wasn't happy with that and went skits backstage. Yeah.
That's all our comments.
So we're all up to date.
Yeah.
Right. While we're here, then let's. So what we'll do, we'll play a quick trailer for you, and then what we're going to do is we'll go through the matches at the Royal Rumble, and we'll give predictions and stuff like that.
Let's do it.
So what you're going to see now is an exclusive look of a match that is coming to Powered 4 TV in the next few days, which is going to be Paul Robinson taking on Will Ospreay. Here's that trailer now. Enjoy it, and we'll be back shortly.
When you come to my manor, you're demoted down to Sue Ospreay's son.
So there's a reason I'm coming back, Paul. There's a reason behind all of it. And no, it's not Will Ospreay's homecoming. It's not Sue's son is coming back. It's a little brother needs to come pick up his big brother, slap him in the face and knock some sense into him.
Right, this is a message from my friend Will Ospreay. The best in the world. Billy Goat. The Swords of Essex. live by the sword, die by the swords of Essex. All a load of waffle.
We took over this country by storm. Live by the sword, die by the swords of Essex. And for him to say it's a load of waffle, it's kind of spit into my face.
It's no secret or no lie that ever since I dropped off that apron and I let you follow your dreams and fly off to Japan, you have accomplished the world.
I have held championships in 4 different continents.
3-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
2-time Best and Super Junior winner.
The Rev Pro Triple Crown Champion.
Never openweight champion. I won the New Japan Cup.
New Japan Heavyweight Champion. Oh, and we can't forget
At our main event at the Tokyo Dome. I'm going from Okada to Paul Robinson, partly because I miss home. There's nothing more humbling than coming home.
when you come home, your big brother is always gonna bully you.
But the only difference is little brother will pick you up again and remind you who you are and where you belong.
So Will Ospreay, Bill, Sue's son, for you, the bad times are coming.
All right. So that's Paul Robinson and Will Ospreay. It's coming to Power 4 TV very soon. So be sure to head over to Power 4 TV and subscribe. Check that match out. It's going to be a real banger. And apparently it was a banger. So, yeah.
Rachel says, great job to the wife keeping up.
There we go. You see, she's got it. She's got it down. She's nailing it.
And Rachel says, I think I love Will.
Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
He doesn't love me, but yeah.
No, he's not a fan of you, is he?
Not really, no.
Mark says, sold that one to me.
There you go. All good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go through the matches at the Royal Rumble. We've got some, we've got the match graphics. Look at us. We're back and we're killing it. It's great that you guys are here. We really, really appreciate it. We know it's a Saturday night, but it's just awesome that you guys are here and have stuck with us.
Yeah.
Not deserted us when we've not been around, and we do appreciate it, but we're back now. We've got loads of stuff coming up, and it's awesome. Just a quick one. We have been on Twitch a lot recently. So if you're not following us on Twitch, head over twitch.tv/games and graps. Drop us a follow there. We're going to be live there a little bit later on, before the Royal Rumble pre-show with a WWE 2K15 All-Star Royal Rumble. So that should be pretty fun as well. So let's start from the mixed tag team match that we're going to have at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the It couple against and I hate this, the Grit couple. Yeah. So Miz and Maurice against Edge and Beth Phoenix. And yeah, it's great to see Beth back in unbelievable shape.
Yes. Yeah. You sent me that pic the other day.
Yeah. Of Beth Phoenix next to Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And Beth is just she's
Hench.
fucking hench.
15 people watching tonight.
Nice. It's great there's so many of you here. Really appreciate that.
Carl Watkins says, hello, Bo.
What's up, Carl?
Honest but Reasonable says, enjoying this, guys. Great job.
Thank you.
Terra Sports Incorporated. I think that means Incorporated. Hello, everyone. And then Dave Games says, nothing can be as bad as Sunderland getting battered 6-0 off Bolton today.
Ooh.
And then Dan Terra Sports says, Edge looks awful. I think he's getting stale quick for me.
Oh, shit. I don't know if he looks awful, but if you look at him now, in comparison to when he returned at the Royal Rumble that year, he has aged significantly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we made a
He's
joke
getting
of it,
older,
didn't we?
isn't
Like, because people were saying he's getting older by the day, and we had a bit of a joke about it. I saw the clip of him returning at the Rumble 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, he really is aging.
He is, yeah.
aging.
When he said, pretty sure Beth has got bigger guns than Edge. I think
I'm pretty certain she's.
Okay, yeah.
I'd love to see Beth versus Adam Cole. I think Beth would win.
Adam Cole.
Well, I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but there's a picture of
sorry.
Beth Phoenix next to Adam Cole, like a comparison shot. And Beth is like, she's built,
yeah.
and Adam Cole's skinny as shit.
Adam
but-
Cole looks like a prepubescent boy.
Yeah. But we love Adam Cole on this podcast.
We do.
And Dave Game says, yes, Edge looks way too old now. Sorry, I can't read. Does look way too old now. And then Steve Mitchell says, I'm scared because I want Seth to win, but I also don't want Roman to win the Rumble.
Lesser of two. Yeah, I mean, you have to pick out there which is the lesser of two evils, basically. Did we give these lovely people the match graphic for the mixed tag match?
Yes.
We did. Get in. So who do we think is going to win this mixed tag team match? We'll go through the matches and we'll have discussions about these matches. So I'd be very shocked if Beth didn't pick up the pin here on Maurice. I don't see Edge and Beth losing at all.
No, not me.
I'd be very surprised.
Not me. But I don't know. Are Miz and Maurice owed a mixed tag win?
No, they're just promoting the
When
new
did they
matches.
last have one?
Was it Cena versus Nikki
Nikki
when
Bella.
Cena proposed?
Yeah.
That went well, didn't it?
Went really well. Yeah, that
Oh,
aged
wasn't
really
it,
well.
Wasn't it Daniel Bryan versus Brie Bella?
Sorry?
Daniel Bryan. You're on about Miz and Mrs. Miz and
Miz and
Maurice.
Maurice.
They might have had that match as well, but I'm not sure.
Because I think it was when Brie came back and it was the week before she clipped Liv Morgan quite badly on TV. On Raw, if you remember, she
Yeah.
I think it was around that time. So Brie came back.
They might have had that match as well, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone in the comments will know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I'm Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice
Oh,
at WrestleMania. Yeah.
I think it's Edge and Beth.
Oh yeah.
Steve says this is probably the easiest match to predict,
Yeah.
and then Dave and Chris both say Edge and Beth. Easy
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I'd be very shocked. I think they brought Beth back. I don't know how back she is. It'd be awesome. I mean, she's in unbelievable shape. Obviously, she left the commentary position at NXT 2.0, and now she's back on TV being a beast again. I love Beth Phoenix. She's not even old. Is she even 40 yet?
No, there is that crazy stat out there that she is younger than Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, that's mental.
That's unreal.
Where's Shayna Baszler, actually?
Do you know what she could rock up with?
I mean, I imagine she'll be in the Royal
I
Rumble.
believe
but-
she was on SmackDown last night and she's got new music.
She's owed
Oh.
a title. She's owed
I
one, I think. She should have had it off Becky. Mania.
Becky even said it. Becky
Yeah.
said it on
Yeah, she
the
did,
Stone
to
Cold
be fair.
podcast, yeah.
She did,
And there was rumours backstage after that Mania that she pitched that she should have lost that night. But
Yeah, she said on that
she
podcast
said
we
it
watched
on
earlier
there,
on,
but
yeah.
I mean, after that Mania, she said, yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel says, I think Maurice looks absolutely stunning.
She
from
does.
Love too. She's got attitude and one of the best on screen. She's beautiful.
I like
Very
Maurice.
nice to look at.
I liked Maurice when she was. I liked her Divas title run back in the day. I thought she was good then. She wasn't an accomplished wrestler. She came through Diva Search or
Yeah.
Tough Enough.
Diva Search, I think.
Diva Search was it?
Yeah, 'cause isn't that where Miz
Yeah.
sort
It's
of
many
clapped
meta, isn't
ties
it?
on her, yeah.
He did his Vic Reeves
Yeah.
on the Real Beauty. But she wasn't an accomplished wrestler, but she did good. And I liked her Divas title reign.
And Dave says Brock Lesnar to beat Lashley. Reigns apparently loses to Seth. Becky Lynch to win. Becky will win anyway. I think.
Yeah, I mean they are good predictions.
That's solid.
Reigns can't lose clean, and won't.
No, he won't. Squeenie says Shayna was on SmackDown. Sonya Deville looked great on it too. So
Did they have that match? Did they
I don't
have
know.
Naomi versus? I've seen nothing today. We've been doing other stuff, but I've not really seen anything on. They had the match, did
I
they?
think so.
Right. Okay. Sonya Deville's great. Came from being Daria Berenato on NXT and thinking we're never going to see this person ever again. To then being Sonya Deville on the main roster and doing what she's doing now, she's awesome.
Dave says yes, so I assume that was yes. They did have a match.
Right, got it. Okay. So we're all firmly Edge and Beth here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. What we got next on there? What we got?
So we have Brock versus Lashley.
Brock versus Lashley. I mean, this is a match that I think should have happened a while ago.
Well, when Lashley first came back.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, they didn't have to do some bullshit with Lashley when he came back.
Yeah, they really did. 'Cause it was around that time when Brock you'd see him 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
Everyone was annoyed. Then Lashley came back and we were like, finally, this is the guy that's going to take the title from Brock, and it never happened.
Never happened. Said they did that crap with Rusev
Yeah.
and Lana and the Bobby
God.
Lashley's family stuff, and it's like, Jesus, what are you doing? But now, I mean, Lashley's exactly being booked how Lashley should be booked. Love him with MVP. Her business, they fucked it up, but it is what it is with that. But Lashley's awesome.
So we've had a couple of comments there. Squiddy just says, yeah, Naomi versus Sonya happened. Naomi won clean and Sonya added herself into the Rumble.
Okay.
Chris says, hot take, Brock loses, then he wins the Rumble. And Rachel says it's too late for the match. Lashley and Lana's story has took over everything.
Yeah. You're right.
Is that the wedding story?
Yeah. All that
it's
stuff.
terrible, isn't it?
But Lashley's definitely redeemed himself since then. I mean, he's been booked like an absolute beast. I loved his title reign. See, Lashley had a good title reign.
Yeah.
Really good title
wasn't
reign.
he? Really
Oh,
dominant.
God.
Steve said it's a good thing that the match happens now, is that both guys are booked in a strong way.
Yes.
Yeah.
The booking's important, I've found. I mean, I haven't been watching it as long as you guys have, but it's really important.
Oh, it's so important.
Yeah,
it's so unbelievably important. Yeah.
You could have someone that the fans want them to be champions so badly, and then it happens, and then they're booked terribly, and it's just really their title run becomes forgettable.
It's like when
Dean Ambrose was the one for me.
Dean Ambrose
was clambering for him to be champion, and he was, and it was really unforgettable.
Forgettable.
Forgettable. Yeah.
So Steve says, now you actually believe both guys could win.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was just neither of them won. Yeah. And the Rachel says, and Lashley's sister who's bullied him.
That bullshit. Yeah.
And when he did that awful sit-down interview with Renee saying to his family, "I love you," with a cheesy smile.
Yeah, it was crap.
It was just a really cringy, icky type.
Yeah, it was crap.
To be watching the business.
Going back to title reigns that were Kofi. I mean, we were all when he won the title, great, really happy. Everyone loves it. But every single pay-per-view after that, you were wondering if he was going to lose. So that to me shows that Kofi wasn't a strong contender. Because you thought, this could be the pay-per-view where he loses. It was never Kofi's going to win. Kofi's going to win.
Yeah, I agree.
It was never. But with Lashley, it was sort of. I mean,
Lashley's
yeah. I mean, they'll probably try and put the title on Xavier Woods at some point, so that all three of the New Day have had it.
Yeah.
But Xavier Woods isn't a believable WWE champion either.
Steve says, in my opinion, Kofi was booked strong while he was champ. I'd agree with that. To be fair,
I think he was booked. He was booked strong, but I don't know what anyone else thinks. But
that many matches.
For me, it was when's he going to lose it?
Yeah.
It wasn't sort of Kofi's going to have it for ages.
Then they announced that they were doing a premiere SmackDown on Fox, and we were like,
then he lost it embarrassingly.
I think with Kofi, it was let's please the fans.
Yeah, because they were that was like a Becky run up, wasn't it? Very much like they really got behind Becky, they got behind him, and then
and then it was very much. It felt to me he did win a few matches, but it did feel to me a little bit like when's the earliest opportunity we could take the belt off him?
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it felt.
That's how I should have worded it. Yeah.
Dave says, isn't there usually more matches? There's no tag title matches. There isn't actually. There's 6 matches tonight.
2 of them are a Rumble.
Well, yeah, I know that. But no, he's right. Usually there's at least one tag title.
The shows...
You got pre-show as well. There might be a couple of matches on there.
So the show itself is 3.5 hours. A Rumbles last an hour each. And you've got Edge and Beth, that match. The 2 world title matches. And something else. What other matches are on there?
Oh, sorry. So you've got Men's Rumble, Women's Rumble, Seth and Roman, Becky and...
Becky.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so, okay.
Got a couple more comments. So Brett says, I'd like to see Brutus the Barber Beefcake tonight. Psycho said, Double J and Sean, is it Stasiak?
Stasiak.
Yeah.
Brett. You're not going to see fucking Meat come back and be in the Rumble.
And then Becky versus Piper Niven. So I don't like the Dewdrop thing. It's Piper, isn't it? It's her name. And then Chris says it's not that these guys aren't capable. It's because we know that it's what to expect from WWE bookings.
Yes.
That when that we then just sit down and wait for them to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's accurate. Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Brock versus Lashley, who you got?
Oh man.
It's a tough one. This is a really tough one because you would think, oh, it's obvious that Brock's going to win, but it's not obvious that Brock's going to win this time.
No, it's not obvious. You can have Brock win that match and still win the Royal Rumble, can't you?
Oh, that would really piss people
That
off.
can happen.
Well, it can happen, yeah.
I think it. Yeah, he'd already Brock.
Lashley.
Really? Wow.
I think Lashley, just to sort of kill that stigma, because the expectation is that Brock will win.
I'm really not sure, but I'm going to say Brock because I don't know why. because I think that Reigns might lose.
Yeah. Steve just said I think you would have to predict Brock versus Lashley and Roman versus Rollins at the same time.
Yeah,
because the outcome of either of their matches will lead to some sort of
I think whoever loses wins the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like they
look at the titles at Mania.
It's more believable, in my opinion, that Lashley beats Lesnar than Rollins beating Reigns.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because has Rollins even got friends on SmackDown? Because he's a Raw superstar, right? So he's going for the SmackDown title here. So it'd be more believable for Lashley to beat Lesnar than it would be for Rollins to beat Reigns. As far as the way that the booking's gone at the minute, Lashley versus Lesnar is something that you feel like could have happened for a while. Yep, they've brought the Shield history and all that stuff into Reigns versus Rollins, but at the same time, it feels very, who can we feed to Reigns next?
Yeah.
So going by that logic, Lashley will be the one who wins and wins the WWE title again.
Steve added a few more comments. If Rollins wins the title, KO can win the Rumble. So that Kevin Owens. Then you can still do Roman versus Brock, and you can do KO versus Rollins at Mania.
Inject it.
Really good. That's a really good card, actually.
Steve, you can book WrestleMania because that sounds awesome.
Steve Woodman says, "I'd like to see The Rock."
Not tonight.
No.
Not tonight, but we will eventually get that match. Roman Reigns versus.
He'll do it.
You do it. Okay, that's great. You're on board.
We'll get that match,
when we get that 2K money, we'll see. We'll have a chat with WWE and see what we can do. Yeah.
Okay. We're up to date with comments.
Cool. So stick the match graphic up for Reigns and Rollins, and we'll talk about that match next.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're all very sort of split down the middle for Reigns. Lesnar versus Lashley.
Yeah.
Lashley. This one now, I don't know. This is really difficult to call as well because all signs point to one of them losing. Now I've gone for Lesnar to beat Lashley. So I'm going to have to go for Rollins to beat Reigns because that's just to sort of catch up to my own logic.
It feels like the most unlikely, though, doesn't it?
It does. Now that we've said it out loud, it definitely feels like it definitely feels wrong. Yeah, but I mean, I don't see Reigns just laying down to a curb stomp.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And obviously, with Reigns, you've got the Usos. That's a factor.
Yeah.
But, again, Seth doesn't have friends on SmackDown.
No. If anything, you could see, not that Reigns needs the help, but you could see someone costing Rollins the match, like Kevin Owens, for example.
Or Kevin Owens costs Reigns the match.
So that he gets this.
So that he can then...
You could probably still
But then he's got to count on himself winning the Royal Rumble.
You could still have Rollins versus Kevin Owens at Mania, no title involved. It doesn't need any build, does it, really, that match?
Well, Lesnar versus Reigns.
No. Rollins versus Kevin Owens.
No, it doesn't, but I think it would be better...
Because we've had it before. We had it...
Reigns-Lesnar doesn't need a Royal Rumble winner. Because Reigns-Lesnar, the history's already there.
Big stars, aren't they?
They've already wrestled each other, and that history's still there.
Yeah.
Brock's been turning up on SmackDown. Reigns has been turning up on Raw, and it's all sort of for the same purpose to eventually have the two of them wrestle again. So that doesn't need one of them to win the Royal Rumble. So we could be completely off the mark here with saying that, one of the loser of either one of those title matches is then going to go on to win the Royal Rumble, because but I feel like Kevin Owens winning the Royal Rumble would be awesome.
That'd be amazing. Yeah,
and then him going on to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the championship would be awesome as well.
Yeah.
And I feel that would need the stronger push for a build.
Yeah.
Because Lesnar and Reigns books itself.
Of course, yeah.
Because that's a marquee match anywhere.
A couple of comments coming in. So first one is from Dan. What about a Carlito as a surprise?
We've already had it once. I don't know if we get it again.
And then Steve says, I guess I can't be worse than some of the WWE stuff.
Correct.
And Squiddy says, do we get an impromptu? What is Seth wearing from Steve?
Well, we don't know what he's wearing yet.
It'll be terrible, won't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, we'll do it on the podcast. Well, the podcast is back next week, so we'll do it then.
Steve says he just wants to title off Roman. So that's weird because you think he's had a really good run with it, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's had a great run. But he's had it for a long, long time.
He's had it for ages. SummerSlam 2020?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years
Jesus
ago.
Christ,
Wow.
yeah.
And then
But no, that's when he came back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's when he won it though.
No, he won it not long after that.
Oh really? Oh no, because
Yeah.
that's it. 'Cause he took it off Bray Wyatt, didn't he? I think.
The Fiend.
Yeah.
Did he? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Someone will know.
Yeah. Brett says Vinnie Jones in the Royal Rumble is
Brilliant.
Hall of Fame induction. And then Chris says, I think taking the title off Reigns means more than taking it off Brock right now.
Yes,
They
I
have
agree.
to save that for Mania.
Yes, I agree with that.
The Usos are banned from ringside tonight.
Ah,
Okay.
which means Reigns could find another way. Not that he needs to cheat to win.
No, but it's...
Then Honest Beyond Reasonable says, Scotty's a hottie in the Rumble. He's been active.
Yeah.
Dave says Owens might help Seth beat Reigns.
Yeah.
Steve Monkman says PCO debut in the Royal Rumble tonight.
Who, sorry?
PCO.
Maybe.
And then Steve McShizzle says again, and the question is not only does Seth have any friends, but also does Roman have any enemies?
Lesnar, but...
And I don't. I just think we should start the value of the amount of title defenses more than the amount of time holding the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of that is like your wins and losses, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing with WWE, the story means more than anything else. But I've loved I still don't think it's time to take the belt off Reigns. And I agree with what Chris says there, because it would mean more to see Roman lose the championship than it would for Lashley. For Lesnar to lose the championship. Because Reigns has had it for so long and it's been the longest reign in WWE history. Do you really want to? I know the Royal Rumble is still a huge event. They have it in a massive stadium now and whatnot. But it still feels like a WrestleMania moment.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if something happens in the Rumble, definitely.
Yeah.
So who have you got?
To back up my own logic, I'm going to have to say Seth Rollins, because otherwise what I said before, it means literally nothing. So I'm going to say Seth Rollins to win the Universal title.
By fluke?
I don't know.
But I think he'll have help.
But now I'm saying it out loud. I don't think he's going to win it all.
I think
Roman could get a cheatman in.
I think Reigns wins. I think Brock wins. I think Brock wins the Rumble.
So you think they both win and Brock still wins the Rumble?
Yeah, so that we get the match at Mania still.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Hey, look, again, not beyond the realm of possibility.
No.
A couple more comments. Steve Monkman says Nick Khan versus Triple H at Mania, special guest ref Stone Cold.
Triple H, Nick Khan tries hardest to have a better entrance.
And then Dave Gaines says again, Seth Rollins and Owens had a tag team match versus the Usos and Reigns got involved.
Yes, of course.
So the Usos lost the match and are banned from the title match.
I did actually watch that, I'm certain.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah, cool. Cool. Next up, let's go for Becky versus Doudrop.
Piper.
Yeah. Let's just skip all of that. We'll go Viper.
Yeah.
We'll go old school. We'll go Marky.
Piper, yeah.
We'll go Mark. That's Mark podcast territory. That
is
calling them by the names that they were on the Indies.
I'm glad we're seeing like a very, because this sort of it screams NXT UK.
Yes,
vibes,
it does.
sisters.
Yeah.
Because obviously Scottish and Irish. But I'm really happy because we saw Piper in
NXT UK.
NXT UK when
yeah.
we were in Coventry. I think
Yeah.
you were with us as well, yeah.
Yeah.
And when we saw her, and she got a lot of
She got a bigger,
massive
but
pop.
oh,
yeah.
she's a big star.
She is, yeah. So to see her come to the main roster, I was really happy, but I didn't like how she got a load of crap for it either.
Thing is, Eva Marie gave her the name Dewdrop, and now Eva Marie even got released.
Yeah. She been released?
Yeah.
Eva Marie was released, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Eva Marie was released, yeah.
Yeah, she was back for about a month.
Oh my god.
As long as that feud went.
Yeah.
I would love to see Dewdrop win.
Someone says, Chris actually says Viper wins, mark it down. I'd like to see her win. I don't think she will, because I think they're going to be building for Becky versus Ronda if Ronda does come back, because Ronda will take the title off Becky.
That's the match, isn't it? That's the match that people want. But in the same breath there, I do want to see Dewdrop win the title.
Yeah, so I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it win. I can't see it happening, but
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it as well.
But again, Becky versus Ronda isn't a match that needs a Royal Rumble winner.
No.
So have Dewdrop lose and win the Royal Rumble. Who gives a shit?
Steve says there are so many people we want to hold to title stroke any title, but we also want them to have a year-long titles.
Also, yeah, that's really true.
That is true.
Not everybody we want to win titles can win titles.
Yeah, of course.
And
You know?
he also says if Viper gets her name back, she's the real winner of the whole event.
Correct. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
I'm sure they've registered the trademark for it.
What, for Piper Niven?
That's what she was in NXT UK. Piper.
Yeah, the trademarks run out, don't they?
Oh, do
They won't call her Viper because
No,
of Randy Orton.
Yeah, of course they won't. But yeah, she might get a name change. Who knows?
She deserves a name change. Adam Price from Facebook says if Roman didn't get COVID, would these matchups be different? You know, as I think Rollins was meant to be Big E, and Brock was meant to beat Roman in the last pay-per-view. Yeah, because he was out for quite a bit with COVID, wasn't he?
Yes.
That's what I read, that Brock was meant to beat Roman.
Yeah. But I actually prefer it this way because that gives us a bit more intrigue.
Yes.
Well, look at the conversations of Spotlight with throwing Kevin Owens potentially in the mix and people being banned.
That's what needs. I mean, Kevin Owens obviously just signed an extension.
Yeah. Yes.
For however many years, and then Sami Zayn has also re-signed. I would love to see Kevin Owens as the champion again, whichever. I'd like to see him as WWE champion. He's been the Universal champion, but I would like him to win the WWE championship. I would love to see Kevin Owens do that.
Going back to the Becky versus Viper match, Chris added on to his comment that Viper wins, then loses it on Monday. That's typical classic WWE. That is,
To Becky.
Yeah, loses it on
see that.
tonight, wins it tonight, and then loses it straight away on Raw.
Yeah.
It's doable, isn't it? Because it's just.
It is. I hate that
WWE.
bullshit though.
Yeah,
I hate that.
it.
I hate when title reigns. It's like when Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, which was a great moment.
in the ladder match.
Yeah, great moment. Really out of the blue, and then lost it the following night.
To the Miz.
Yeah.
Dave says, just had a thought, what if Ronda comes out during the Becky versus Dewdrop match? What and costs Becky the match?
Okay, yeah, then that opens the Women's Royal Rumble right up.
Then whoever wins the Rumble faces Becky at the Rumble, and Charlotte versus Lita with Becky versus Ronda or Bianca, and hopefully Bayley.
Okay. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of variables that.
I feel like there's a lot of around this.
There is.
Rumble this year. It's weird.
Yeah,
It
you're
feels a bit
right.
Different.
Because usually it feels very obvious.
You feel like you can predict it, can't you?
Yeah,
It
definitely.
feels
Yeah.
You throw another name in the mix, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, definitely.
you think about it like
Because I mean, there's been a lot of build for Mickie James. She's obviously not going to win it, but I think she'll be in the final four. We'll get to the Royal Rumble stuff anyway. I'm going to say Becky's going to win because I just think.
Yeah, Becky will win.
Same, yeah, Becky.
No bullshit disarmer crap though. No, you can't.
I hate
No
that.
way can Viper tap out to that.
No.
Rock bottom. Everyone loses to the rock bottoms. We'll have that. We'll go for that. That's fine.
Ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm going to go Becky. What are you saying?
Becky, yeah.
You going Becky as well?
Yeah, and then that leaves us to our Rumble matches. So shall we do?
Let's do the women's first because
Women's
we've
first,
been talking about it. Okay, well I mean, we don't know who's going to be in this. We know obviously the people that are on the picture that are going to be in it, and obviously Mickie James as the Knockouts champion is going to be in it.
The Bella's in it.
Squiddy says Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. I would imagine she'll be in
Where's
it.
she been?
Injured,
All right.
but I don't know how injured, so I don't know if she'll be back or not. I'd love to see Oscar back.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Maybe, I mean, Io Shirai. I mean, to be honest, you're going to have to pull. Io Shirai is probably due a call up. She has to be.
But she also wants to go back to Japan, doesn't she, because of her husband?
Yeah, I think she's okay in WWE at the minute. She's still in NXT, isn't she? So I think Io Shirai could be in the Rumble. I think
Shotzi on SmackDown anyway.
Raquel Gonzalez. I think she was due to be doing dark matches before SmackDown this week.
Right.
So I think 100% she could be in the Rumble. I think she will be in the Rumble, yeah.
And then Steve says, okay, let's be honest, it's WWE. Mickey James comes in and is thrown out by Hornswoggle in 7 seconds.
Hilarious, yeah. I think Raquel Gonzalez comes in, has a face-off with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
Cool.
that'd be cool, because obviously they were R&R, weren't they, in NXT? Chris says, here's a question for you. Would you tether the titles... Sorry, the comments coming in and it's messing up because I can't read it. Would you tell that the titles are used in matches to push up and coming stars, and then have the bigger stars in straight up matches? I mean, people like Reigns, Brock, and Becky, Ronda don't need the belt to make it a match.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that, but so yeah, I mean that Becky versus Ronda, all you need is a story.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Dave says if Ronda shows up, she'll win the Rumble.
But with Brock and Reigns, the whole thing of the two of them is they're prize fighters.
Yeah.
So I feel with that, the championship has to be amongst it, because otherwise, Brock's a prize fighter. They always say it.
Yeah.
So with that, I think the title needs to be involved. Becky versus Ronda. Do people? The thing is, what you have to think here is, do people care about it without the belt? I mean, I would. I mean, I
would, and I think the back and forth between the two would be excellent.
Yes, I agree.
There's plenty there that can go on. It doesn't need a belt, I don't think.
And Brett says, whatever happened to Jerry Lawler's ex-wife, the cat, the one that got her bangers out that time?
Yeah, so the cat got her bangers out at SummerSlam 2000 after a what the fuck was it? It was like a gravy match or something like that.
And then Chris says, here's a shout out for the Women's Rumble, Raquel Gonzalez, to have the Diesel spot and eliminate most of the women in the match.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Like
That'd be a perfect way to debut her, yeah. A perfect way to debut Raquel Gonzalez. Good shout. And that will happen, I think.
Yeah. And then Steve says, AEW uses CM Punk slot as some sort of title slot in the same with Danielson or the Undertaker streak at Mania.
I don't understand the comment.
AEW uses the CM Punk slot as some sort of title slot. Same with Danielson or the Undertaker streak at Mania.
Oh, you mean like making it feel important to face them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that match on Dynamite next week, it's a conversation for another time, is going to be huge. MJF versus CM Punk, really, really cool. Women's Royal Rumble. I don't know how into it WWE would be, but I would like to see Deonna Purrazzo cost Mickey, assist Mickey in being eliminated from the Rumble to continue that storyline on Impact, because Deonna Purrazzo has been very vocal on social media about Mickey being in the Royal Rumble on Impact social media and her own. So that would be really cool. Do I see it happening? No, definitely not. But I think it'd be ace.
Yeah, it would be good.
I'd love to see some sort of working relationship. I don't know what the deal is, but I'd like to see some Impact stars from the men's side of things be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
but if Ronda's in it, she's going to win it, isn't she?
I think so. I think it's nailed on. Oh, I think it's.
You think it's a done deal?
I think it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for. I am gonna say Ronda to win. I am.
And Steve says Mickey only wins if WWE bought Impact.
Yeah, which I don't think they have.
Half the stars they've released are on Impact.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, Chelsea Green.
Shout out to the Iconics, by the way.
Yeah.
For giving them the V's and saying no. I'm not coming back for you tonight. Shout out to them for that. Fair play. Balls on them.
Yeah. Fair play for standing their ground and sort of not succumbing to that. I'm very surprised with the way that Mickey James was treated that she is doing it, but
I think maybe with that, I saw a lot of comments about that, like, I guess the black bin liner thing never happened, did it? Well, the guy that did that has been sacked.
Yeah,
and was sacked immediately. So,
and Mark Carrano was a long-standing WWE member of staff as well.
And
we were on about that earlier.
That for me, that That holds
rude.
a lot of weight, that does, and that's a kind of a okay.
Yeah, I
You know,
think
if you're going to deal with something that quickly,
yeah, and they did show. I mean, Stephanie McMahon sort of
She weren't happy with
on Twitter even
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
said this is unacceptable and blah blah blah. So there probably is, some sort of respect stuff there. I mean, Mickey, for me at this point in her career, is very much suited to Impact.
yeah.
But it's great that they're doing this crossover. For
new
what
stuff. WWE, this is like new stuff.
it is new ground, especially for modern day WWE, admitting that
There are other people out
other
there,
places
yeah.
exist.
Mhm.
But I'm going to go. I'm going to say Ronda, but I think Mickey's in the final four. I think we see Trish.
Lita?
Lita.
Lita's in it.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe
Bella's
Bella's are in it.
Are they really?
Yeah.
God, I thought they were done.
No, they're both in it.
both in it.
But
You know what? I'd quite like to see it, and I don't know how relevant it would be. I'd quite like to see Zelina Vega in it.
she's had a good year so far.
This is what I
Yeah.
mean.
When
Because she had it really rough when they released her, and then she came back.
And then released Aleister Black.
Mm.
Um,
I'd quite like to see her win it though.
yeah, I like Zelina Vega. They're the women's tag team champions at the minute, aren't they?
Yes.
So I'm going Ronda Rousey. Who are you going for?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
I'm
know.
not sure
There's
if I don't
too
know, isn't
many-
it?
Well, this is what I'm hilarious.
Thank you.
Depends who turns up because you just don't know. If Ronda comes back, it's a straight win, and Ronda's
Yeah.
going to win it. But if she doesn't come back, which the chances are, I don't think she will.
It'd be cool if Ronda was in it, but Becky costs her place and
Mm.
has her gets her eliminated,
That's the goal.
and that's the setup for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it would, like you say, it would depend who wins the title matches. Charlotte Flair's not defending tonight, is she?
No, but she'll probably be in the. No, she isn't actually, unless it's on the pre-show, which I don't know about.
Yeah, we should stick Charlotte Flair.
No, probably not.
But it is weird that she's not matching tonight. It's weird.
Well, she got taken out by Sasha last night.
Right,
So whether Charlotte's
that's the
wins
build.
tonight-
Whether Charlotte costs Sasha
Charlotte
her
costs
place.
so I imagine that Sasha will be in the final four in the Rumble, or maybe even the final two, and Charlotte costs Sasha
Yeah.
the win.
That's more likely than Becky costing Ronda
I think so, yeah.
because there's a storyline there
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
But
Okay,
then, like, if Bailey comes back, I think Bailey could win it.
I'd love to see Bailey win it.
I think that
I think Sasha throws her out. If Bailey's in it, Sasha throws her out.
Charlotte is in the Rumble and can call her own opponent if she wins. That's what Scooby says. Charlotte will win it, though, won't she?
No, let's not have that shit. Let's
She
not
will,
even
though, won't
preempt
she?
it.
If that's the
Charlotte,
stipulation,
Bailey,
they'll win
Sasha,
it.
Ronda.
We'll make a little prayer circle and we'll make sure that doesn't happen.
And then Steve says Ronda doesn't need the win to build the feud. She
Agreed.
can just
No,
say this
she's-
year it's only me and you one-on-one, no triple threat. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you're right actually, because
Yeah.
obviously Becky pinned Ronda too.
Yeah, Charlotte threw herself in the mix with that, didn't she, to main event as a race.
Yeah. There's to be honest, it's up in the air a
It
bit
is.
this
It
year.
is.
The women's one
the
definitely is.
women's one is.
Yeah.
So is the men's, though, depending on what happens with the title matches.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Last but not least, the men's rumble.
Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, I cannot wait.
From
to see
number
Johnny
one.
Knoxville. How have we not mentioned that on here until now?
Well, it doesn't need to be mentioned till now.
Oh, but it's the best bit of news, though.
I love Jack. I mean, we
Oh.
we love Jackass.
We went to the cinema last week to go and watch the new Scream film. Really good film, by the
Good
way.
film, yeah.
If you like your horrors. And we saw a trailer with a few extra bits in it for the new Jackass film. We were dead just watching the trailer.
Yeah.
We were in hysterics. I cannot wait to go and see that. And obviously, we're going as a trio, aren't we? To go and
We
watch
are.
it.
Can't wait. Johnny Knoxville will get thrown out in a brutal way. Like I
Through a
think,
table or
I
some
think
shit,
sort
yeah.
of someone gorilla press through the announce table
Throws him, yeah.
over the ropes because he's light enough.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they had like a certain, you know, where the crowd sit, if they have them a few seats back and lay out mats and throw him over. That wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I could see something stupid will happen. Yeah.
Stupid, yeah.
So that's serious business here with the
Yeah.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Surprise entrance. I think we could see Moose.
Yeah, I was going to
Dave
say.
says, imagine Knoxville getting Omos out.
That's who's throwing Knoxville out.
Yeah, of course it is.
He's massive,
yeah,
isn't he?
yeah. It was just good.
Omos with the diesel spot in the
Calling it now. Knoxville eliminates Sami Zayn.
You reckon?
Yep, because they've had this back and forth on
Twitter.
on Twitter and stuff. And Sami Zayn did the jackass stuff on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Johnny Knoxville eliminates Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And then
I think Omos gets most eliminations as well.
So
Yes.
Steve-O's gone with him, as we saw on Instagram earlier. They put a vote. I don't think Steve-O will be able to leave it.
I think they'll be in a match at WrestleMania. I think it'll be Sami Zayn and somebody against the jackass guys. Calling it now.
Rachel says, please read Brett's comment as I can't stop laughing and it's hurting my stomach right now about Jeff.
Oh, yes. Go on, Jeff.
Have I missed all of this? Oh, right, okay. Sorry, guys, I missed it. So Carnage Payne says, hey, Brett, how is Jeff from London's Burning? And he says he's doing okay. I saw him last week, actually. He got his new route around Piccadilly now, so you don't see him as much. He waves to me when he sees me walking. He told me he wasn't happy before Christmas. And the bus's radios were not working and they blamed him. But he has a new bus now. He also gave me a big poster of the James Bond film. That was on the side of his own bus, but it's too big for my lounge.
Jesus
And I've had to have it on 3 sides of the walls. And the Brett's like, it wasn't that funny. It clearly is, mate.
No, it is.
People are asking us to read it out.
Brett,
I completely missed it, so my apologies.
Brett, we've missed you. We have.
You're so good, Brett.
Good value you are, Brett.
Steve says the Jackass movie comes out in Feb, so at Mania in April, no one will care. If it's done right, I think people will give a shit because you don't see.
We'll just
and
keep them
them
around.
lot are just nuts. They'll do anything.
Just keep them around for a bit. I think.
Filming is done, so it's not. You know what I mean?
They're not adding it, are they?
No,
they are
just
fucking nut jobs, though. They will do anything.
Plus, they're still famous. They'll want to carry this on for a little while. So I think that WrestleMania.
Dave says Sami Zayn and Brock versus Knoxville and Wingman.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we see.
Sami Zayn and Hornswoggle against Johnny Knoxville and Wee Man. They won't bring Hornswoggle back.
No.
They might. I mean, he might be under the ring tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, in the women's rumble probably.
Yeah. I think so. I do think we could see Moose from Impact. He's the current world champion there.
Yeah, I was. I mentioned it the other week. I think.
Yeah.
What we were talking about. I think we could see him. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Royal Rumble surprises.
Yeah,
it's one of the cool things about the Royal Rumble, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think with the men's one. It's again, although we've had all these releases, we've still got there's a lot of wrestlers around.
Yeah.
You've got you guys like Cesaro and Shelton Benjamin. God knows who else. T-Bar, Mace, whatever, all of them if they're still around. AJ, Omos. There's a lot. There's a lot in there. I don't think you'll get a lot of surprises.
I'd love to see AJ Styles win it.
Yeah, I think,
and he could. There's a lot of talk about AJ Styles.
Yeah, there has been a lot of talk. I think he'll be in the final 4.
Yeah,
definitely. And
maybe eliminate some Moss.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
People are still laughing at Brett's comments. So Rachel's woken up her little one and she's laughing at that. Dan says Brock wins it. And then Steve says, I also read something about Knoxville that suffered brain damage while filming.
Yeah, we were talking about this just before we came on.
Yeah, I believe that is true. In a week. Yeah, sorry. So I'll read all of that comment out. Also, I read something about Knoxville suffered brain damage while filming Jackass. So I don't know how much we can do in a real match.
That's true.
In a rumble, you can sort of work around stuff.
Yeah.
And then Brett says, I had to cut it with a saw. It took out the front garden and cut it.
Unreal.
Amazing.
Absolutely unreal. Brett, you are good value, mate. You really are. Oh God, the men's Royal Rumble is really difficult to call as well.
Just like the women's one, there's loads of
there's a lot of permutations, isn't there?
There really is, yeah. Nice big word. Yeah, I mean, either Brock or Roman wins, or we're way off the mark and more chance of me winning it. Yeah. AJ Styles is, could win it.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens could win it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've gone with Brock, and I'm going to stick with that. But my outside bet, if it's not Brock, would be Big E.
Steve says, even though I don't think that will happen, but I would love to see Gunther win.
Yeah. I like see. Right. Let's just talk about this for a second because we've not done a podcast since for a little bit. So let's just talk about Gunter for a minute. All right. Now they gave the kayfabe reason on NXT why they changed it. Blah 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 blah. That's fine. I actually, if they'd have gone with what they were originally going with, the first and surname, then okay, it's a bit sketchy.
It's dodgy ground, isn't it? Yeah.
But WWE like to have that trademark in place so that they can make money off that name.
Yeah.
Walter has been Walter's name on the independents for a long, long time now. And he's known as Walter. Yep, he's been Walter in NXT UK and he's appeared on NXT as Walter. But obviously what's going to happen now is Walter is going to transition from NXT to the main roster.
Yeah.
And WWE will want some sort of control. And the way Walter says Gunter, like in the Austrian sort of accent and stuff like that, doesn't matter.
They've got to protect their asset, haven't they?
That's exactly what they're doing. And yeah, it's shit. Jericho said it. Walter's a shit name. All right. And it is. All right. Gunter is it's a real name.
It is a real name.
People have the name Gunter. It's not. Yeah. A lot of people, made the jokes about Gunter from Friends and blah, blah, blah. But he's not the only Gunter in the world. I'm pretty certain there's a footballer with that first name.
Especially in that part of Europe as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
Steve just said, yes, even though you'd like to see Gunther when he added on to that, but NXT 2.0 isn't a real thing anymore. And to be honest, I'm German, and I have to say Walter also isn't a cool name.
Yeah.
Right, it's not a cool name. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Gunter is...
And then said, he's just a second put it, if his names were the other way around, so if he was Gunther, then changed it to Walter, people would shit all over it.
Yes, they would.
Yeah. It's one of those classic cases of whatever comes first, people say that's the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
of course,
you have it with films, you have it with albums, and you have it with wrestling names as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I preferred his old name.
Finn Balor was Prince Devitt on the Indies and in New Japan. He came to WWE, they called him Finn Balor, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Yeah. What's all this? Tommy End, which, by the way, is a shit name.
Yeah.
All right? It is. And he came into WWE, Aleister Black. Oh, they've changed it. They've ruined it.
What was that woman's name before? I know one of them was
his real name's Colby Lopez.
Yeah, but he actually had a cool name.
One of them was God, and it's amazing.
Yeah. It was called God, wasn't he? On it?
Yeah.
But what the fuck was it? No. Something black. I'm sure it was.
Yes.
It was something black. But yeah, everyone always says that what came first is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, Finn Balor's a shit name. Oh.
Tyler Black. I've
Tyler
just second Googled
which is a great name.
When he just come back through straight away and said, "Yeah, Tyler Black."
Yeah. So and when they changed it to Seth Rollins, people moaned. It's same with fucking anything.
Please everyone, can you?
It is.
Kevin Owens was Kevin Steen on the Indies.
Yeah.
Comes in. Oh, but we know him as Kevin Steen. Yeah, all right, but he's not Kevin Steen now. Yeah. He's Kevin Owens. But so with Walter, yeah, it's the same thing. Walter's not a cool name. In fact, it's a terrible name. But the way he says it and the way that he presents himself, Gunter, and the way that they did it on NXT this week, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
People just blow it all out of proportion. In a year's time, when he's on the main roster and he's been Gunter for all that time, people will just call him Gunter and forget that he was Walter.
People crying because Pete Dunne's not Pete English.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even go there with that. Don't even go there. He'd do a whole lot. Yeah, I could see him in the Rumble, do you think?
Viper.
Yeah.
Everyone just knows her as Dewdrop now.
Yeah.
As shit as it is, and it is, even, I just call her Dewdrop now because that's what her name is in WWE.
Yeah, it seems as you mean in a year's time when he's released.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. When he's wanting to be Walter again, then so everyone will be happy.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
He wouldn't be allowed to call himself Gunther, was he? So, but they've trademarked it.
Yeah, they will have.
And then Squinny says Finn Balor was a shit name to start.
Yes, it was. But now everyone just accepts it, and he's Finn or Finn Balor.
Yeah, because he had the Balor Club and everything like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it just these things. It's the person who is using that identity that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, who have you got
for the Royal Rumble? I'm gonna have to, because I said it all the way through this show. I'm gonna say Roman Reigns.
I am going with Brock Lesnar.
It's a tough one.
I'd probably say Brock Lesnar, to be fair.
I'm sticking with Reigns. I don't know why. Although I don't think he, now that we've sort of said it and we've put all these scenarios together, yeah, I mean, the likelihood is that it would be Lesnar that wins it. But I'm going to say Reigns because I don't know why. It's just, I mean, he was the one that I felt would lose the title. But now that we've sort of come to that sort of thing of him losing the title should be a big occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense for him to lose the title at WrestleMania, as opposed to losing it tonight at the Royal Rumble to Seth Rollins, Tyler Black, because that's cooler. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Roman Reigns. But it's going to be a good show. I'm actually looking forward to it a lot.
I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's like I say, there's a lot of intrigue around both Rumbles.
And I'm buzzing that it's a Saturday night. It feels like Sunday.
It does, yeah. We've got all day tomorrow to recover.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I like the Royal Rumble anyway, but there's a lot of mystery around tonight because it's not,
It feels different.
It does feel a bit different. You're right, because it's not obvious immediately who's going to win the Rumble, or even the matches, because we've been 50-50 down for most of them, apart from the mixed tag match, which feels obvious anyway. But yeah, I mean, have we got any comments before we wrap this up?
Squeenie says, Finn Balor was a shit name to start, which we did agree on. Braun Breaker has it worse. Steve said that.
Yeah, I'm used to that now, though.
And Squeenie says there's only one Finn, and your backs must be hurting by the lack.
It's really hurting. They're going to hurt even more when we go on Twitch in a little while.
Last comment is Steve. Rex Steiner was a cool name.
Rex Steiner is a cool name.
Rex Steiner's a great.
But apparently they don't want to sort of, although it's so stupid what they do with NXT, but it is what it is.
That wraps us up comment-wise.
It is what it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's...
And Steve says he's going to go and write the Mania card now.
Go write the Mania card.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So it's 10:30. We're going to go and have refreshments and just like do some eating and drinking. Join us in about half an hour on Twitch. We'll carry on the conversation. So go to twitch.tv/games ungrap. So it's games. In fact, we'll get Kate to type it in the comments now. So twitch.tv/games ungraps. Steve and I are going to play WWE 2K15. We're going to do like an all-star battle Royal Rumble that will have AEW people on there because there's a shitload of them on that game. Current WWE guys and WCW and legends. So come and join us in about half an hour's time. Follow us on Twitch and do the things so you get notified when we go live. It'll be about 11 o'clock. Yeah. And then we'll play WWE 2K15 up until the Royal Rumble pre-show, which is on at midnight. And between that time as well, Finn should actually be here with us.
And just a quick one before we wrap up. Brett says, are you watching it live?
Yes.
The Rumble? Yes, we are. He also says, is it easy to sign up with Twitch?
Yes.
Yes, it's really easy. And just to clarify, it's twitch.tv/games and graps.
Yeah, games and graps. Games and graps. Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, easy to sign up for Twitch, Brett. It's literally you just create it with an email and a password, same as you would do for YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us in half an hour. We'll be answering everybody's comments and stuff on Twitch while we play WWE 2K15 and play through a Royal Rumble. But guys, honestly, tonight's been amazing. Yeah, it's really flown by. But it's been so good. Join us in half an hour on Twitch. But yeah, thank you so much. Podcast will be back next week. And yeah, we're live all the time on Twitch at the minute. But for now, Kay has been producing an amazing job. So thank you very much, Kay.
You're welcome.
For Steve, I'm Sonny G. We're Team Games and Graps, and we'll see you in about half an hour on Twitch. But thank you so much for tonight. Enjoy the Royal Rumble if you don't join us in a little while. Take it easy, guys. Goodbye.
See you later.